Hi everyone, this is Why You Merch, and today I will be comparing some Latin verbs. We'll be comparing 3 of them actually. The irregular verbs velle, nolle, and malle. These 3 are all used with infinitive verbs to express that you either want to do something, you don't want to do something, or you prefer to do something. Before I start conjugating the verbs, I'll just say something briefly about its usage. So, for example, you would say something like, okay, this one is wrong. This would be, I want a book. That's not how this is used. This one is correct. This is, I want to read. All the other 2 verbs also work like this. You have to have the next word be a verb rather than a noun or anything else, because this would be more like, I am willing to read, or I wish to read. This is to read, and this is I wish or I am willing. But you cannot will a book. You cannot wish to book, if that makes any sense. So that's how that goes. It goes the same way for nolle and malle. You would also say you don't want to read, or you would prefer to read. You wouldn't say, I am unwilling to book, or I prefer the book. It doesn't work like that. So let's actually make our chart here. Let's have velle be on this side, nolle be in the middle, and malle, I forgot the macron before in the title. Sorry for that. Let's have 3 verbs up at the top. And let's have our pronouns go down the side. Okay, so we have our chart. Let me just fix this a little bit so that this is a little bit smaller, so we can make sure that it all fits. Okay. And of course, this is I, you, he, she, it, we, you plural, and they, masculine, feminine, and neuter. For those of you who don't actually know Latin, hopefully this will just make you fall asleep. And for those of you who are learning Latin, maybe this is a good review, or I don't know. If you like Latin as much as I do, then you'll probably enjoy this. So let's start with the present active indicative. Volo, vis. Sorry, let me just fix that a little bit, so they're not all squished together. Vult, volumus, vultis, and volunt. I might have to squish it a little bit for these ones. Let's write all of them down actually before I translate them. So we have nolo, nonvis, nonvult, nolumus, nonvultis, and nolunt. And then for malle, we'll have malo, mavis, mault, malumus, maultis, and malunt. So you'll notice that they all have very similar forms, because they nolle and malle are constructed from velle. This is basically just non and velle, which is not and wish. So that's basically like, well, they're basically like a contraction of it. So non and velle would be nolle. So let's translate them. I want, you want, he, she, it wants. We want, you want, they want. I don't want, you don't want, he, she, it doesn't want. We don't want, you don't want, they don't want. I prefer, you prefer, he, she, it prefers. We prefer, you prefer, they prefer. Very simple. Let's erase. Now our chart's all cleaned up. Let's do the imperfect active indicative. I probably won't go into these as in depth as I did last time for my esse and posse video, but I guess you can watch that if you want more of an explanation of the tenses. You have, for velle, you have volebam, volebas, volebat, volebamus, volebatis, volebat. And similarly, for nolle, sorry if it looks illegible, I will read it out. Nolebam, nolebas, nolebat, nolebamus, nolebatis, nolebant. this one you have malebam, malebas, malebat, malebamus, malebatis, malebant. And this is when it starts to sound a little weird. I was wanting, you were wanting, he, she, it was wanting, we were wanting, you were wanting, they were wanting. I was not wanting, you were not wanting, he, she, it was not wanting, we were not wanting, you were not wanting, they were not wanting. I was not preferring, you were not preferring, he, she, it was not preferring, we were not preferring, you were not preferring, they were not preferring. I hope that's legible. I'm sure if I had an even thinner marker or a larger board, you'd probably be able to see it. Let's do the future active indicative. Sorry. Volam, voles, volet, volemos, voletis, volent. And then for this one, you have nolam, nolles, nolet, nolemus, noletis, nolent. Malam, males, malet, malemus, maletis, malent. I will want, you will want, he, she, it will want, we will want, you will want, they will want. I will not want, you will not want, he, she, it will not want, we will not want, you will not want, they will not want. I will prefer, you will prefer, he, she, it will prefer, we will prefer, you will prefer, and they will prefer. Let's do the perfect active indicative. Volui, voluisti, voluit, voluimus, voluistis, voluerunt. Nolui, noluisti, noluit, noluimus, noluistis, noluerunt. And then valui, valuisti, valuit, valuimus, valuistis, and valuerunt. I have wanted, you have wanted, he, she, it has wanted, we have wanted, you have wanted, they have wanted, I have not wanted, you have not wanted, he, she, it has not wanted, we have not wanted, you have not wanted, they have not wanted. I have not preferred, you have not preferred, he, she, it has not preferred, we have not preferred, you have not preferred, and they have not preferred. As you can see, Latin has forms for almost every kind of possible way that you could express a verb. Now imagine remembering all of these. I mean, I can't even remember all of them. I have them on a chart next to me. So let's do the pluperfect active indicative. Volueram, volueras, voluerat, volueramus, volueratis, voluerant. We have here nolueram, nolueras, noluerat, nolueramus, nolueratis, noluerant. And finally, valueram, valueras, valuerat, valueramus, valueratis, and valuerant. I had wanted, you had wanted, he, she, it had wanted, we had wanted, you had wanted, they had wanted. I had not wanted, you had not wanted, he, she, it had not wanted, we had not wanted, you had not wanted, they had not wanted. I had not preferred, you had not preferred, he, she, it had not preferred, we had not preferred, you had not preferred, they had not preferred. As you can see, their forms are very similar. So let's do the future perfect active indicative. It's 4 words. You can see how easy it is to mix them up with each other. Voluero, volueris, voluerit, voluerimus, volueritis, voluerit. Noluero, nolueris, noluerit, noluerimus, nolueritis, noluerit. Maluero, malueris, maluerit, maluerimus, malueritis, and maluerit. This one's going to sound really ridiculous. Let me just adjust. Okay. I will have wanted. You will have wanted. He, she, it will have wanted. We will have wanted. You will have wanted. They will have wanted. I will not have wanted. You will not have wanted. He, she, it will not have wanted. We will not have wanted. You will not have wanted. And they will not have wanted. I will not have preferred. You will not have preferred. He, she, it will not have preferred. We will not have preferred. Why am I putting not? Okay, sorry. I will have preferred. You will have preferred. He, she, it will have preferred. We will have preferred. You will have preferred. They will have preferred. So that's all of the active indicative forms. And now let's move on to the active subjunctive forms, because all 3 of these verbs do not have any passive forms, because you can obviously not have, like, you can't, it just doesn't work, it doesn't make any sense. You can't, like, say for example, if you wanted to read, you cannot be wanted to read, if that makes any sense, you know what I mean? So these don't have any passive forms, so let's do the active subjunctives, which I think sound very pretty. This is the present active subjunctive, by the way, I forgot to tell you. have vellim, vellis, vellit, vellimus, vellitis, vellint. Nollim, nollis, nollit, nollimus, nollimus, nollitis, and nollint. Mallim, mallis, mallit, mallimus, mallitis, mallint. So these are all hypotheticals. These would be translated the same way you would with indicatives. So hypothetically, I want, you want, he, she, it wants, we want, you want, they want. I do not want, you do not want, he, she, it does not want, we do not want, you do not want, they do not want. I prefer, you prefer, he, she, it prefers, we prefer, you prefer, they prefer. But all of this is hypothetical, of course. Let's do the imperfect active subjunctive. Let me just show you something before I do this. I'm going to write the infinitive a bunch of times on here. Okay, so this is what's cool about the imperfect subjunctive, is that you can just add the endings to it, like this. Yep, it's that simple. And you just add your macrons. So that's an easy way to remember that. Okay. Vellem, velles, vellet, vellemus, velletis, vellent. Nollem, nolles, nollet, nollemus, nolletis, nollent. Mallem, malles, mallet, mallemus, malletis, mallent. And that is, hypothetically, I was wanting, you were wanting, he, she, it was wanting, we were wanting, you were wanting, they were wanting. And hypothetically, I was not wanting, you were not wanting, he, she, it was not wanting, we were not wanting, you were not wanting, they were not wanting. Hypothetically, I was preferring, you were preferring, he, she, it was preferring, we were preferring, you were preferring, and they were preferring. Now, these, like all other verbs in the subjunctive, do not have a future subjunctive because it doesn't exist. So you can't say hypothetically something's going to happen in the future because, well, all future statements are technically hypothetical. You don't know if they're going to happen or not. So let's see the perfect active subjunctive. This is when the forms start getting long, so it's going to be tough to write on here. I made a mistake. Okay. Voluerim, volueris, voluerit, voluerimus, volueritis, voluerint. Noluerim, nolueris, noluerit, noluerimus, nolueritis, noluerint. Maluerim, malueris, maluerit, maluerimus, malueritis, maluerint. And that's hypothetically, I have wanted, you have wanted, he, she, it has wanted, we have wanted, you have wanted, they have wanted. Hypothetically, I have not wanted, you have not wanted, he, she, it has not wanted, we have not wanted, you have not wanted, they have not wanted. Hypothetically, I have preferred, you have preferred, he, she, it has preferred, we have preferred, you have preferred, they have preferred. And our last subjunctive form is the pluperfect subjunctive, which is, of course, my favorite form of the verb, in any verb, really. Because I think it just sounds really pretty, but it's also really long to write. You'll see in a second. And you'll hear it a lot in my other Latin videos. You probably hear this form the most. I think I had this in my trigger words video. A couple pluperfect subjunctives, actually. Sorry if that's like really squished together. next set of verbs will be, they'll be a lot shorter than this. Okay. Voluisem, voluises, voluiset, voluisemus, voluisetis, voluiset. Noluisem, noluises, noluiset, noluisemus, noluisetis, noluiset. Maluisem, maluises, maluiset, maluisemus, maluisetis, maluiset. And this is hypothetically, I had wanted, you had wanted, he, she had wanted, we had wanted, you had wanted, and they had wanted. Hypothetically, I had not wanted, you had not wanted, he, she, it had not wanted, we had not wanted, you had not wanted, they had not wanted. Hypothetically, I had preferred, you had preferred, he, she, it had preferred, we had preferred, you had preferred, and they had preferred. And we're almost done. There's one more form, and it is the imperative. But only one of these verbs has an imperative, because you can only tell, you can actually only command someone to do one of these things. And there are only 2 forms for this, so of course, all of these forms go away too. And this is our chart afterward. And this one would be nolle. So your only forms would be nolli and nolite. Because you would be telling someone, be unwilling to do something. So like, for example, so if you're saying don't walk, you would say be unwilling to walk. So this is be unwilling or don't want. And this is also be unwilling, but to multiple people. And you can't say to someone be willing to do something, and you can't say to someone prefer to do something, because regular imperatives already do that. You would just tell them walk instead of be willing to walk. It just doesn't work like that in Latin. So, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed and I hope you felt relaxed. And if you like Latin, I hope this was maybe a helpful review for you. And I will see you in my next Latin verb video. Hopefully, next time it will be ire and ferre. Hopefully. Okay. Well,